Hi there, Faye, and welcome back to the channel to you as well, Lancers. In this video, I will be revealing the technology that I am using in my current favorite Ranger Loadout entitled Annihilation. This video is very new for me because I'm always finding cool tips and tricks in the games that I play, but I usually only share them with a small group of competitive gamers that I run with normally. Now, BioWare has promised that they will allow players to create clans and that Anthem will post leaderboards and competitions. Once that content drops, I will be sure to make my run at the prizes they offer. If you are here on the channel, then what you find here will be a definitive advantage for you as well in the case that you decide to compete. I am currently planning to put together a strong competitive clan to compete in the events that BioWare hosts. If you are interested, then let me know in the comments below. I'm currently playing on the Xbox One. Now that I think about it, I don't know if we will be able to join clans and or compete cross-platform or not, but I would assume that it is probably best to keep console and PC separate. Alright, so follow me to the Lion's Den, and let's get into this loadout's breakdown. Whoa, wait a second. Yeah, she's kind of cute. Let me get this number right quick. Five, 8, 4. Alright, I'm back. Well, let's get going. We're almost there. As you can see ahead, there's my javelin on the launch bay. I'm actually quite proud of the design. I've been working pretty hard on it. That's brass there on the plating. I'm still working on my gold.
Welcome back. You won't believe it, but I caught Commander Vul smiling. I thought his face might break.
Alright, Zoe. Let's get into this forge. Firstly, when I designed this build, I had to determine just how I wanted my engagements to develop. So the tactic of the build that I decided upon was to stagger my targets with my gear to hold them in place for a brief enough moment to detonate combos with precise headshots. If you saw my last video, then you were able to see the build in action. The Force inscription is what I will be using to accomplish this stagger. The two inscriptions that I have prioritized in this build are Force and Sniper damage. Please remember that you've seen this here first. Custom inscriptions on Masterwork and Legendary components, gear, and weapons. And before I forget, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Anthem content. Now, the gear score for this version of the build that I settled upon is 644, as displayed in the upper right corner of the screen. Gear score 644 is within the Masterwork rarity tier, which is between the Epic and Legendary tiers. I am using a combination of Legendary, Masterwork, and Epic parts, which all total the 644 gear score. It is worth noting that although I am at the Masterwork tier, I am still below the recommended gear score of 675 for Grandmaster 3 content, but with my build and the synergy, I am able to perform reasonably well at the Grandmaster 3 level. So much so that I am able to clear Grandmaster 3 content solo. Now let's examine all the equipped parts individually, beginning with the weapons.
What do you need done.
The Truth of Tarsis. The Truth of Tarsis is the primary weapon used in this build. It is a sniper rifle, and I am using a legendary version. It is an upgraded Devastator. The ammunition explodes on contact. This explosion is blast damage. The unique effect for this weapon occurs when hitting weak points on enemies under a status effect. This will set off a chain combo, which then spreads that status to surrounding enemies. This is perfect for enemies in a group. The key inscriptions on this weapon for this build are 95% shield max, applies to the entire javelin. This inscription is key because it provides a substantial amount of protection while you are lining up those precise headshots in order to detonate combos. Next, 100% more weapon ammo, only applies to this weapon. Simply put, 100% more ammo is 100% more damage if you hit your shots, and I do. Lastly, is a 48% more weak point damage, only applies to this weapon. Weak point hits are required to detonate combos, so every successful hit does 48% more damage. The secondary weapon for this build is the Thunderbolt of Yavin. I crafted this weapon even though I have a stronger legendary version. The legendary version is a stronger gun, but does not complement the build due to its inscriptions. This Masterwork version does. The Thunderbolt of Yavin is an upgraded scout. Its unique effect is a 33% chance to deal large electric damage. The key inscriptions on this weapon are 10% more weak point damage, which only applies to this weapon, 18% more elemental damage, which applies to the entire javelin. This is very key though to this rifle because of the chance at dealing electrical elemental damage wherewith this would apply. Lastly, 25% more damage to the entire javelin. This is any damage dealt from every source from the javelin. Massive boost of damage. Next, let's cover the grenade. The Last Argument. The Last Argument is an upgraded frag grenade. It also deals blast damage, similar to the sniper rifle. The unique effect for this grenade is that hitting enemies adds 7 ultimate charges. The Last Argument on the bottom right is the grenade that I have equipped. The key inscriptions for this build are 15% bonus gear damage, which only applies to this grenade, 20% more sniper damage, which is the inscription that I prioritize. Lastly, 28% recharge on the right button gear that we'll review momentarily. You may have noticed that I have 2 of these grenades, one to the left of the screen. That grenade also has a build-specific inscription of Force. That grenade is equipped when I play Grandmaster 3 content, as the 100% additional gear charge inscription provides me with an extra grenade that then allows me to charge my ultimate faster. At gear score 644, I am under the recommended threshold of gear score 675 for Grandmaster 3 content, so this helps immensely for survivability and finishing off those tougher enemies. Onto the assault launcher. Here I decided to equip the tactical onslaught. The idea is to use gear to complement the sniper and allow it to do more damage. Acid in Anthem is a debuff. Acid lowers enemy resistances by 33%. The tactical onslaught is an upgraded version of venom darts. It applies acid to a single target. The unique effect is that it permanently gains an extra charge. The key inscriptions for this build are 17% recharge on the left button, which allows my grenade to recharge faster, helping me to charge my ultimate quicker. 13% more sniper ammo, self-explanatory. 13% force, which applies to the entire javelin, and is the inscription that I prioritize to stagger my targets. 21% more damage overall from every source from the javelin. Again, massive damage boost. I hope that you are beginning to notice the trend. I also have another tactical onslaught on the bottom left that I hold on to. It has a build-specific inscription of 18% more sniper damage. Finally, let's move on to the components. First, we have the legendary version of Emergency Power. Emergency Power is an inscribed component that augments Javelin ultimate gear and increases damage by 30% of base damage. Ultimate meter refills instantly when armor is critically damaged, can occur once every 120 seconds. It's once every 2 minutes. The first inscription that we have that is specific to this build is 23% increased force. Another inscription that I prioritize through crafting. Second, 15% additional sniper damage. Another inscription that I prioritize through crafting. These two inscriptions are on a legendary component. Next, we have Ultimate Inscription. Ultimate Inscription is an inscribed component that augments Javelin ultimate gear and increases damage by 15% of base. The first inscription we have here, 30% shield max, applied to the entire javelin. Second, 18% sniper damage, which is a build-specific inscription that I prioritized through crafting. Next, we have the Extended Sniper Magazine, which is in the Masterwork version. Extended Sniper Magazine adds specialized storage for enhanced sniper rifle ammunition, increases damage by 30% of base damage, increases maximum magazine size of sniper rifles by a large amount. For the Truth of Tarsis, this actually gives you one additional shot in the clip. For the inscriptions for this build, 14% blast damage, which was in the past an inscription that I prioritized through crafting that I no longer prioritize now. Second is 23% additional damage to the left button, which is the grenade. Next, we have sniper rifle ammo. Sniper rifle ammo in the epic version adds specialized storage for enhanced sniper ammunition to increase damage by 15% of base damage. The first inscription, 3% additional combo impact damage, and the second inscription, 18% additional sniper damage, which is an inscription that I currently prioritize, which is specific to this build. Next, we have the Masterwork version of Symbiotic Surge, which increases Javelin armor by a large amount, increases all damage by 50% for 10 seconds when picking up a repair pack. The first inscription we have here is 9% armor max, and the second, 20% sniper damage. Now again, this is a Masterwork component. I was not able to craft this, and it was given to me through RNG, which has a inscription that is specific to this build. Finally, moving on to the legendary version of Soften Blows. Soften Blows increases Javelin shields by a large amount, increases damage resistance by 75% for 5 seconds when shields run out. The first inscription we have is 28% weapon damage that applies to all weapons on the Javelin. Next, 18% weapon damage, which again applies to all weapons on the Javelin. Now, if you noticed, I prioritized damage for the sniper rifle and force. Weapon damage was also given to me through RNG. Lastly, let's move on to the support, which is Muster Point. Muster Point deploys a field that augments allies inside, increasing gun damage by 20%. The inscriptions I have here are 10% maximum shield, 15% repair drop rate, and 25% repair drop rate. The repair drop rates are key because I'm using Symbiotic Surge, so whenever my shields decline through taking damage, I can pick up a repair pack and trigger the Symbiotic Surge. It doesn't necessarily have to be damaged directly onto your armor. So thank you again for watching, and I hope all of this was very helpful, as it showed pretty clearly that I was able to prioritize specific inscriptions, and the game actually responded to that by giving me Legendary and Masterwork versions of components, gear, and weapons that were specific to those inscriptions that I prioritize. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you in the next video.